We are going to talk today about calling expireds. Now, there is so much on the internet and social media and so many people telling real estate agents what to do to be successful in business. And I'm going to tell you that I love social media. It is definitely a great way for you to reach out and connect with people and get known in the market. That's where you brand yourself, right? You have a goal of 2 listings a month and you're at the 15th of the month and you don't have 2 new listings. What are you doing? What I'll tell you is that outside of any of the other branding opportunities you have, you are in control of one thing, and that's picking this up. If you knew that, and you do know this, that 2 listings every single month properly marketed would result in 2 buyers every single month, which would then correlate into potentially 39 to 48 transactions a year. How many of you would get excited about that? I mean, double hands, right? That's exciting. 4 deals a month, 48 closings a year. And if you live in a place where the average sales price is a lot higher, maybe for you it's not 2 listings a month. Maybe it's 1 really good one, right? And 1 really good buyer. Whatever it is for you to make your income goal. So the first thing I want you to think about here is I ask folks all the time, how much real estate do you want to sell? But the reality is how much money do you want to net at the end of the year? And then you work backwards from that. And some of you are in locations where your average sales price is $1 million a year. And some of you work where your average sales price is $250,000. Some of you have to do more volume. Some of you have to do more transactions. But whatever it is that you need to do, it can all be solved by understanding how to be effective over the phone. All right, so I'm going to give you today 4 mistakes that agents make when calling expireds. We're going to talk about expireds today. And I don't know if you know, or I haven't talked to you about this yet, but we're only doing Limitless on Mondays and Thursdays, because guess what I'm going to do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays? Script practice. If any of you want to come on and script practice with me on FSBOs and expireds, we're going to script practice Tuesday and Wednesday at 8:30. Write that down. It's the same link. We're going to script practice. It'll say Limitless Live, but it's not. We're going to script practice on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Script practice will not be live on Facebook. So if you want to take advantage of that, you want to click on the Zoom link and come into the Zoom room. Here's the other thing. I have a little button on my Zoom where I can break you guys out into rooms of 2 people. We will be doing that. You can script practice together, and then we'll be coming back on. Is that exciting to anyone? Get some skill? All right. You got the motivation. I'll teach you the skill. Here are 4 mistakes that I see agents that I coach in this area make over and over. And I just want to say what qualifies me to have this conversation. What qualifies me is that when I went to Vermont, I would take anywhere, started out around 40 listings a year up to about 75 listings a year. And I ran a team that was also doing that. And so we were doing those mainly from expireds, FSBOs, and Sphere. Diane knows this. She was on my team. I'm not lying about it, right, Diane? It's the truth. That's what we were doing. And we would get on and we would make calls every day. And we were in charge of our own income because we weren't waiting on it to come to us. We were going after it, right? We were going after it. And so the first thing that many of you might have to do, and I have a heart for it, I understand it, is you may have to get past call reluctance. And this is why I want to give you tools to get past call reluctance, okay? First common mistake that agents make when making calls to expireds is that you do not have a ready script for the top 4 objections you're going to hear. Scripting for expireds is not about learning a really long script. It's only about effectively learning objection handlers. And you get 4 main objections. Will you get objections that you're not sure of? Sure. But mostly you're going to get 4. So for those of you that do make it a consistent business of calling expired, what are some of the objections that you hear? I'd love for you to put it in the chat box or just say it out loud.
I do not pay commissions.
I'm sorry, Davile, I apologize. I talked over you. Say that one more time.
I do not pay 6% commissions.
I do not pay 6% commissions. Absolutely. What else? What else do you hear?
I'm going to continue with my other agent.
I'm going to use the same agent. All right. Awesome. What else? Give me 2 more. What else do you hear?
I'm going to hold on to the property for a little longer.
Oh, Abigail Morales, you got it. I'm not listing. I'm going to hold on to the property for a little longer. And then there's one more that we hear all the time from those that are real independent people.
I will sell it on myself, on my own.
Myself. So I just want you guys to look at something. I already had all 4 of those written down and I just put check marks off beside them. So guess what? You are all right, right? So now that you know those are the 4 main objections you're going to get from an expired, if you understand how to get through those objections, then you're going to be an expired calling ninja. I promise you, you will. You will be an expired calling ninja. And I'm going to teach how to handle those 4 objections tomorrow morning at 8:30. So that's the first one. So many of us have call reluctance because we're afraid that we're not going to know what to say. Raise your hand if that's the truth. Raise your hand if you're scared that you're not going to know what to say or how to handle the objection, or we're afraid they're going to reject us, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you were afraid they're going to reject us. And so if you understand the objection that you're going to get and you're ready for it and you've got the response ready, then you can come right at it, right? So one of the objections here is, okay, so I'm going to use the same agent, right? Terry, I understand you're going to use the same agent. I repeat it back to them to give me time to formulate my response because the brain needs a second. This is called future pacing, right? Second mistake that agents make in trying to get appointments with expired listings is that we start selling. So that's the second one. We sell too much. We're selling and telling, and they don't care. They don't care. They already see you as a salesperson, and they don't want to be sold. So don't fall into the trap of keep selling. So when Terry said to me about marketing, the first instinct that most folks go to is they go to their marketing plan. Or let me tell you about my team. Let me tell you about what my team does different. Let me tell you about what we do different. Let me tell you about what I do different. No, you must get in front of them. That's exactly why we need to meet. All agents are not created equal. And I actually have some unique marketing ideas and plans that I'd love to run by you. And this will give you a choice between 2 top agents in the market. Would 4 o'clock work for you today? Close, close, close. You wait till you get in the home with the consumer to start building rapport. Rapport over the phone doesn't work. Have you ever had a telemarketer call you and they're selling and selling and you're just like, I gotta go, I gotta click. Have you ever had that? That's what you want to avoid them doing to you. So you want to ask them questions and then close. Ask them questions, make them talk and close. Okay. So we ask questions. Here's a great question. If they keep pushing you and will not give you the appointment after going 4 objections deep. Normally, you must go 4 objections deep. They're going to give you an objection. You're going to handle it. They're going to give you another objection. You're going to handle it, close for the appointment. Another objection, handle it, close for the appointment. If you're stuck in this, then you do a quick change on them. You're going to pivot that conversation real quick. And you're going to put it back on them and you're going to say, you know what, Terry, let me ask you a question. I'm curious as to why your home didn't sell. And there are typically 3 reasons that I find a home doesn't sell. Typically 3 reasons. This is an oldie but goodie. Diane knows it. And Terry knows it. 3 reasons. The condition of the home, the price of the home, or the marketing of the home. If you had to choose just one of those three, what would it be? What would it be?
I would
And
say,
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to role play. It'd be the price.
The price. That's interesting. I'm curious. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that.
Well, I personally think it's listed too low, but my agent keeps telling me it's listed too high.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, because when we meet, we're going to deep dive into what the market's been doing over the last 30 days. And I think it's really going to enlighten you as to what we should do. We should do, not you, we should do when we get your home priced. So would 4 o'clock today work for you? Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. So when you run through those of the anatomy, I call it the anatomy of an expired call, because it truly is an anatomy, is introduce yourself, get the objection, handle it, close, objection, handle it, close, objection, handle it, close, and then you switch it up with this question of condition, price, or marketing. Okay, you switch it up. And that's just a quick switch on them that they're like, oh, they're not trying to get an appointment with me now. They're actually asking a question. All right, here is the third one. Well, here's the other one. The other one, when they say, and we'll go through this tomorrow, if they say, I've decided not to sell. I've decided not to sell. Really? I'm curious. Why have you decided not to sell? Why have you decided not to sell, Terry? You're my guinea pig.
Gavin. Well, now that it's winter, I'm thinking that I don't want to move in the winter, so I just want to wait till next spring.
I completely understand. So you want to wait till next spring. Well, I'm just curious. I see that you went off the market at $450,000. If I was able to bring you a full price offer at $450,000 so that you can have the money in your bank account in 4 to 6 weeks, would you even consider that? I just want to know if I should waste my time sending you a full price offer.
Well, that changes things a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So here's what I'd love to do. And then you close for the appointment. I'd love to come over and see your home, blah, blah, blah. Because I have a database of 2,000 buyers, whatever it is, right? Okay, great. All right. Here's the third thing. So the first thing was, I'm sorry, go ahead, Terry.
I said, that's one of those questions you just can't say no to.
Right? You can't say no. And it depends on how you say it too, right? It's the inflections of what you say and how you say it. And you don't let them rattle you, because at the end of the day, they don't know you. And even if they hang up on you or they're rude to you or they say a bad word to you, they don't know you anyway. So whatever, move on next, right? Okay, you don't know who to call. That's the third challenge. So the first challenge, again, the first challenge with effective expired lead generation is that you don't know the top 4 objections and the responses to those. Number 2, you're selling, not telling. You're selling and telling, instead of asking questions. 3, you don't know who to call. All right, this is, for me, the number one way that as real estate agents that I coach, they run away from making the phone calls. Well, Becky, by the time I get up and I get to the office and I try to figure out who to call, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I only have 30 minutes left for lead gen because then I got to go do this. Okay, so you get your list the day before. So if you're gonna focus on expireds back a year in a certain location, get the information the day before and have it all ready. So all you have to do is get up the next morning and there's none of this kicking the can. You're ready to go. It's sitting on your desk and you're ready to go. All right. So get your list ready and prepare the morning, the day before. Second, have a goal. Whatever goal works for you. I'll be honest with you, for some of the agents I coach, an appointment goal works for them. I'm not leaving this seat until I get an appointment. For other agents that I coach, it's a dial number. I'm going to dial 40 expireds. For some, it's a conversation number. I'm going to have X number of conversations. Here's the key. is that it just matters that you have the proper follow-up with whoever you talk to and you're doing it every day. So again, prepare the day before. Here's the fourth challenge with being effective at expireds. Agents lack consistency. They lack consistency. When I coach agents, I coach to the activity daily. Because if you focus on hitting your activity goal, the result will come. It's time on task over time. Write that down. Time on task over time equals results. We let go of the outcome and we focus on the activity. Here's what happens when we focus on the outcome. We only lead gen for expireds 1 day a week for 30 minutes and we don't get anything. And so we don't do it again because we're results focused. You must be process focused when you are lead generating for listings, especially with expireds and FSBOs. So the goal would be you get up every day, and my goal, so let's say my goal is that I'm going to make 40 dials. I'm going to make 40 expired dials or 20 dials, whatever it is, 40 expired dials. And regardless if I get an appointment or not, I'm doing it every day. And everybody that I talk to, I'm following up. Because guess what, people? The fortune's in the follow-up. The fortune's in the follow-up, right? So if you were to get up every day, let's make it easier. Let's say it's 20 dials. Let's say in 20 dials, you're able to have 5 conversations. That's kind of what it ends up being. And you make 20 dials Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Somebody tell me, how many dials is that? It's 100, right? If you talk to 5 people, how many people are you talking to in a week? 25. 25 over 4 weeks is 25 conversations over 4 weeks is how many people that you've added to your database? 100. When is the last time you've added 100 people to your database that you've actually had a conversation with? Dovile, of course, because she's the database queen. But for most people, this is hard. So if your goal every day was to do nothing but get up and make 20 dials to have 5 conversations, guys, you're going to get listed. You're going to get a listing every month out of that. I want to say this the right way because I don't want to offend anyone, but here's the thing. Real estate is not a hard business. We make it so hard. We make it so hard. Get 1 listing a month. That's 12 listings a year. Every listing properly marketed gets you 1 or 2 buyers. Let's say it's 1. That's 24 deals a year. If you're on social media or not, if you're door knocking or not, if you're making expired calls or not, whatever it is that's getting you listings, do it every single day such that it turns into 1 listing a month. Me, I choose when I'm in real estate sales, I make phone calls because I'm in charge of my own listings. I'm not waiting on someone to refer it to me. Yes, referrals are great. To me, referrals are gravy on the top. But if my goal is to get 12 listings a year, I'm making phone calls until I get those listings. Right? Okay. Listings are king in this business. How many of you have found out over the last 12 months that listings are king in this business? How many of you have had a buyer that you're representing that's lost out on 3 to 4 deals? You want to know who didn't lose out? The listing agent. The listing agent got paid. Listings are king. Listings are king. All right. I want to hear, we've got 60 seconds left. I want to hear some ahas. I want to hear some comments, questions. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Becky,
I can do
I am
another 5 minutes.
I'm so excited to learn with you. I'm gonna be the
Yay!
number one. They are tuning in at 8:30. What, Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
Tuesday and Wednesday, script practice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What else? I want to hear from someone else.
Yes,
Jared.
I have a question. Yes, hi, Jared. Brand new agent. Just got licensed on Friday. Very new to all this. Thank you.
Yay!
I heard you use the term FSBO, and I just am curious what that means.
For sale by owner. For
Okay,
sale
thank
by
you.
owner. Jared, good for you. You are building a great foundation for an amazing business. We're going to teach you how to get listings, and you won't have to worry about anything else. Once you get listings, everything else falls into line.